So here we have, a typical libtard doing his impeachment circus act. And Ms. Cooper is expounding on the aid that we're supposed to supply the Ukraine and all these other nations that love us so much, that they tried to suborn our election. And that's okay. To the Democrats, that's all right. Because they liked Obama, right? And, of course, the narrative that Trump colluded with the Russians has been totally disproven. So now they go on to Ukraine, which is Russia 2.0, which is absurd. And now all of a sudden, Trump, adversary to Russia, is also adversarial to the Ukrainians, when all he wanted to do was get to the bottom of the corruption from Ukraine that Hillary profited off of, and everything they've accused Trump of doing, of course, these libtards have done. I'm talking about Mr. Potato Head Brennan, the Crooked Tammany Hall boys, the altar boys, and the FBI, McCabe, Comey. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah, all you wonderful guys. The altar boys, right? And now we have this absurdity. By the way, they list categorically the weapons we're supposed to give them. Hellfire missile systems. Because libtards don't like the tyranny of Russia. So they're going to arm a nation that we have no control over, corrupt as any nation in the world, that's Ukraine, to the teeth with taxpayers' money. Right? Tell the IRS when they send you a bill, F you, I sent my money to Ukraine. And by the way, you want to look it up? Check Hillary's email server and call Lois Lerner and mock Schulman. Okay? That's the language they understand, these scumbags. They're so full of shit. They'll arm a rogue nation to the teeth to defend their freedom and liberties, but you're not allowed to have a gun in America. Because our government is sacrosanct. The FBI and the CIA witness Waco, Ruby Ridge, Fast and Funniest, Furious, Mr. Obama and his buddy Eric Holder. What does he hold? Huh? They're not gangsters. You want to know who the greatest murderers in history are? They're governments. And the founding fathers knew it. And they wanted we, the people, to have every bit the weaponry that the government has. Because in 1776 and in 1789, upon our founding, whatever weapon the government had, a citizen had the right to have. State of the art then was a Brown Bess and a 12-pound Napoleon cannon. And every militia had them. And any American citizen had them. So by that standard of logic, we should all have Hellfire missiles, tanks, helicopters, and fighter planes. Oh, but Charlie, you don't mean that. I don't? I don't, eh? Well, how do you think the Hitlers and Stalins in the world are incubated? Through the insulation and the disarming of their own people. And commies are worse than Nazis. As bad as Hitler was, he killed foreigners. Stalin killed foreigners and 20 million of his own. So for all you snowflakes out there that want socialism, you better heed that. You better learn history. Mao killed 70 million of his own Chinese. Did you hear what I just said? So, wake up. On a lighter note, let's look at today's paper in the Pocono Record. Here we go. Look at this. See? Spawned by liberalism, Bushkill woman and crew attempt takeover of Pine Ridge. That's a small town in the Poconos. And there she is. Another Pocahontas. Tonya Scott, top left. Yeah, Tonya says she's an Indian. Feathers, not dots, people. And she's laying claim to the Saw Creek development in Bushkill, Pennsylvania. According to the criminal complaint from the Pennsylvania State Police, out of Blooming Grove. Tanya Scott, 49, of Bushkill, was alleged ringleader of a group of armed individuals who sought to forcefully take the land by the Lehman Township community on the afternoon of November 18th. A police interview with Scott revealed that she had claimed rightful ownership to the land of the Pine Ridge and Saw Creek communities. She filed a complaint claiming that her heritage as a Native American gave her the right to take armed insurrection and claim these lands that somehow should have been bequeathed to her from her ancestors. Here's where it gets funny. Trooper Robert M. Urban released a statement on Tuesday morning stating that it has been preliminarily determined that the actors committed this crime to take the land back, claiming that they were indigenous Native Americans to the area and that it belonged to them. Police identified Scott as a black and Native American. In the criminal complaint, Scott's alleged accomplices in the operation include Sekou Rashid Abdullah. Let's see. Light in the Forest? No, I didn't see that name there. Was it Last of the Mohicans? No, that was Magua Gingachcook. I don't remember an Abdullah. I don't remember a Rashid. From Houston, Texas, Kiba Harris. Kiba, I bet you can't eat just one. 43 of Bushkill. How about Sushani Sterone Adams Hellinger? Yeah, that sounds pretty Indian to me. Hey, how are you? Hey. Yeah, of Binghamton, New York. How about Musa Abdurrahim, 27, also of Binghamton, New York. Boy, Binghamton's making the news here in the Poconos. Abdul Rahim, 31, Houston, Texas, and Troy Anthony Sutton, 50, of Brooklyn, New York. In total, the group will face 18 first-degree felony counts, including aggravated assault, terrorism, kidnapping, burglary, robbery, bing, 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 they're in the bonus round, and theft. Six second-degree felonies, including aggravated assault, criminal trespass, robbery, theft, and use or possession of an electric or electronic incapacitation device. Sounds like a taser to me. Terroristic threats, mischief, robbery, possession of firearms. Can you imagine this? And let's look at these wonderful people, shall we? Let's take a look at their physiognomy. That's Pocahontas. There's Gingachcook. I don't think he looks like a Mohican. There's Rain in the Face. There's Two Moons. This must be Magua on the left. In the middle, I thought he played for the Brooklyn Nets. I could be wrong. And yeah, that looks like Hiawatha to me. Is this not hysterical? See where liberalism takes you? You can be anything you want to be. It's Monday, so this guy's a man. On Wednesday, maybe he's a female. But you see, people, this is what liberalism has created. Entitlement. And you can name your race and your heritage. So these Native Americans who went on the warpath left their teepees at home and now are on the way to the Hoosgow. I think this is hysterical. I wish they had knocked on my door because, I don't know, I would have had fun.